This matchup did not work for them the last time. When I say them, I'm not sure if this is Aurora I'm talking about, but I do remember Abaddon being played into a Medusa.
You always have that reliable stun, good team fight ulti that deals a lot of damage with Aghanim Scepter. Supports really hate to play into it. If you layer that with another stun, you have a kill threat on the core as well. And you can see that Whisper is really struggling.
Oh, he's
one
locked
creep
in.
away from level 2. This is a classic Sanking. This is why we always say that this hero is weak in the lane. You don't know what to skill. Like, if you skill stun, you kind of feel bad. If you have your Stinger, it also feels bad. Same goes with the Sandstorm, so I'm trying to think if we had such a weak offlaner. Probably not. I think Sanking might be the worst throughout the Dota history. Back in the days, I'm just going to tell you that, while Schofield's going to die, is you could not cancel his ulti. That's how bad the hero was, and he was still a top-tier pick. You have a couple of heroes that want to play, I would say, slightly faster. You have Sanking who wants to jungle, Medusa as well. Slugger wants to be paired up with +1. And now Schofield in trouble.
Ice Path lands, snowballs there. Analog comes over with Corrosive Haze. They'll make the trade onto Mira. Panto might be next. Corrosive Haze and hoping that the Viscous Nasal Goo slows him down enough, and it has. So all of a sudden, Analog, he's forced to try and get this stun and run away, but the 6 stacks of the Viscous Nasal Goo, Toronto Tokyo putting the damage on and eventually turns tail because Yuma still doing some decent damage and standing his ground. He'll get the kill on a Panto.
Overextended there. Not sure what the plan was. Kind of needs to be there as well if they're bringing in numbers. Toronto Tokyo, he's diving. Schofield, cogs are ready.
Cogs are ready. He doesn't run right at him. Actually goes through the trees and gets another quill spray out, but he doesn't quite get the kill. They'll look over at Analog. They've got the snowball, and they'll get this kill onto the Slardar. Kiyotaka getting credit for that one.
Yes,
Alone.
not necessarily in terms of gold, but also good amount of XP has been taken away. Mira,
Oh,
Shard's
great
gonna block him.
shards. Good pull there by KJ, though. Might even be able to turn if they have a +1. They do have a Clockwork coming over. He doesn't have a level 6, though. Burrow Strike, Whispers here, Cogs around on a Panto. And they get the kill on the Jakiro.
It was still not good enough in the mid game, but I also want to see itemization coming out from him. I would love to see this. Ooh,
Epicenter.
trouble.
Burrow Strike and the Gorgon's Grasp with the Cogs ready to go, but unneeded as they'll battery assault their way to a kill onto Toronto Tokyo.
And to go back to Kiyotaka and his itemization, I would love to see Force Staff and that Wind Waker that he did go for.
Ooh, Avalanche, Kiyotaka.
Soul Ring is ready. Didn't use it immediately. Kiyotaka.
With the Manta style already finished, and Yuma has had a lot of time to farm. Burrow Strike and the Gorgon's Grasp. Blade Mail pop. Not sure they'll care, though, as it's another kill for Heroic. Still opening up more space for Yuma. All the attention away. But Kiyotaka wants more. So he'll Yules into an Avalanche, toss back towards this Tusk, into a Walrus Punch Ice Path, and you never had a chance. The control the entire time is so good from Aurora.
Mana style Diffusal Blade Carrier, your mana is going to be gone pretty quickly. If you get isolated especially.
Not giving Schofield a chance to hookshot out of there. Another kill. Kiyotaka finally starting to feel like he is all online.
Definitely is. Sitting on 2,000 gold as well.
Now they're right onto this Medusa. Upgraded shards around him. Snowball gonna buy some time, grab that stun. They start to back away though. Stone Gaze used. On the other side though, Kiyotaka half health. Whisper went in with a Burrow Strike. Doesn't have a lot of mana to play with though. Toronto Tokyo's in. Yuma's low. No mana, no life. And Whisper thrown right onto the Abaddon. They still want more. Mira tag team Yules up into the air, in some trouble, and will blink after the Yules get back to the base, but the toss up on a KJ at the same time will end up getting a kill. Shards just short of Analog. However, Aurora, they are pushing forward. Look at that Cobalt. Not hanging out by any heroes. Walrus Punch, hookshot onto 2. Gorgon's Grasp is placed down. Yuma has a lot of help to get the kill to Kiyotaka, and they will find Panto as a second.
Oh, we've seen these so many times from Aurora. They make a couple of good moves, then they make one shitty move. Suddenly, the game is almost even, and this is also going to allow them to take Roche. There is buyback on Kiyotaka, something that we've seen he's not afraid to use to win a team fight.
Yeah, even this early in the game. Nightfall, he's not easy to kill. He's got borrowed time. The shards are in a decent spot. Now he pops the borrowed time. No buyback used by Kiyotaka just yet. Walrus Punch, Burrow Strike coming across, hits both of them, and now Nightfall, well, he never had the buyback. He never had any help, and he is in trouble. The Mephitic Shield, though, will get the kill to Schofield. He'll end up dead to Analog. And they never brought Kiyotaka back in. He didn't buy back. He didn't commit.
Yesterday, he bought back in the second game to save his Phantom Assassin just to use Wind Waker and then died immediately, even though he was respawning 10 seconds in. But with this stat, they delay Roshan, and that's what matters.
Not any cavities that I could see in that mouth of teeth.
Probably has a healthy diet.
Walrus Punch in the shards. Schofield throws the cogs, but there's the Macro Pyre hook shot into Yuma. But the Avalanche toss, and still not enough to get a kill. But Toronto Tokyo moving forward. The Viscous Nasal Goo Mirror is here. The shards are placed perfectly to get the kill on a one. And because Yuma went back to save him for the hook shot, he's forced to Stone Gaze, and he's in an awful spot where the snowball stops the TP. So he's up into the air with the Walrus Punch. They get the kill to the Medusa. And you tried to help your Clockwork, but Save Your Buddy Syndrome is not for the living.
Close to Abaddon's network, you really don't feel that she's doing much in the fights.
You see those Croakers able to wipe the creep wave out. So they're there to cut the creeps. Burrow Strike back into the river, but it's right where Mira is ready to blink to get the Walrus Punch and kill off Whisper. Big fan of the Croakers. They'll go in, they use the inhibit. The cogs are there, the Stone Gaze through. Got an Aegis to work with, but there is the hook shot. Mira is already dead. Doesn't have buyback, but Schofield on the low ground stuck there with Toronto Tokyo. And the real one they care for is Yuma, who's dead for 70 seconds. He doesn't have buyback. All you lost is Mira. You can stay on the high ground or try to. Finally, they'll make a move with the Burrow Strike, the epicenter of the Slither Crush coming through. But is it enough? Avalanche hits on a Whisper, tossed up, killed off, gone. 4 heroes are dead on Heroic, and it's going to be a full wipe for Aurora on the steps of your base.
They might be
done. Dear. Yuma's positioning needs to be very precise. Kiyotaka with an Avalanche and Anger. Hook shot in, finds Panto. Thinking about the epicenter, Burrow Strike, they get the kill to Mira. They'll take out what seems to be both supports, but Panto, he's surviving for now. Even with that hook shot and the damage from the Clockwork, it just did not work into a kill onto the Jakiro at all. They find themselves Whisper. He'll Burrow Strike back up into the high ground.
Like ready in a second.
And now Whisper is very dead.
He turned off the Radiance, so they can't see him with the illusions. Ready to jump in with that Basher.
Kiyotaka lost his Wind Waker.
They saw Yuma, but they also saw another target.
Yeah, they'll get the Chan, but they're also working on Yuma at the same time.
His mana's gone.
Yeah, the Diffusal, borrowed time, pops. Stone Gaze isn't going to matter. Yuma's dead, has buyback now. Yuma will stand tall, but not really doing much damage into Toronto Tokyo. Schofield activating that Ags, but he's off to the side and very vulnerable as they've got the Avalanche as well as the toss. They get the kill to Schofield, the Burrow Strike with the epicenter, but it's the damage there. Yule's up into the air, the Snowball to extend the life of Mira. He'll throw the shards around Analog. They get the kill to KJ. 2 years got on the side of Heroic, and Yuma, he's in trouble. Toronto Tokyo in front of him as well as Analog. Whisper gets the Burrow Strike onto 2, but Knight falls back into the fight. They've got a double kill for the Abaddon. They'll look over at Yuma. Down goes a fourth. It looks like a full team wipe. It will be. GG is called. Aurora take game number 1.
And in the end, Tiny gets the dub. Kiyotaka, he had some really nice moves throughout this game on Tiny.
He had the highest average deaths of the tournament. Just to lay all the cards on the table, in my opinion, Mira on this team has not looked like the Mira that was on Spirit, and I think...
So it's going to be the sniper mid, okay? They just did not respect Storm Spirit enough to ban it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that notion, or?
Hero does so well. One of the best heroes in the game to get the trades. And they're going in.
Yeah, they're
no ball. They got that level 2.
They want Mira, and Mira is dead to rights. Yuma gonna get a first blood and already going way better for Heroic in game number 2. But that being said, Whisper dies to Nightfall. He's trying to pull it all the way back. Not a lot of mana left for Panto, who is level 2. Yuma, he's taking a lot of damage. Tame the Beast and another Quill Spray. They'll get the kill on Yuma at bottom. They just got that kill on Mira, and all of a sudden, it's not just one, but his snowball's on cooldown. It's going to be 2.
Definitely not what they wanted.
Mira helping out a little bit. Throwing over that strongman tonic to Toronto Tokyo, but they'll snowball. They'll catch up to him. Still alive, still putting the viscous nasal goo on, and eventually will fall to Yuma. We're going to be here in a second, and this is going to be the shrine, and we'll see who gets which one. Kunkka no contest, but Mira, he needs to be careful. Assassinate is flying in. Now Toronto Tokyo has to stay on the shrine, but they've got Schofield here too. KJ, they'll be blocked up for a moment. They get the kill on Amira. They'll end up trading. They do get the shrine for Toronto Tokyo, but Yuma's here. So is Analog. Here comes the Ursa, it looked like for a second, but Kiyotaka, he turns this around. They get the kill on Analog and the TP out from Yuma. I believe I'm out.
Now they're trying to make a move on Nightfall. Seems like he knows something is up. Yuma is also there. Gonna slow him down.
Avalanche snowball, they've got it all, and they will get this kill easily. Toronto Tokyo commits to that TP. Ball Lightning looking for Schofield. Exit of the Ghost Ship. Analog in a position where they just can't get a grasp on him. So that means they lose Toronto Tokyo. Panto's gonna be next. The Assassinate is set, but the Escape Act is used. Impalement Art's on a KJ, but Panto's still dead. They'll use that Blood Grenade. They're trying to get a kill here onto the Tusk, who turn to ice after the Cold Feet does proc on the Snowball afterwards. But Kiyotaka not going to die to this Assassinate, but Whisper looking for an opportunity maybe to get a Tidebringer and potentially get a kill.
Maybe Aurora can try to grab a kill and sneak a Tormentor. Kiyotaka's invis, scouting things out.
Sees him. Ice Blast flying in, but Drinking Buddies is there. Not going to matter. Mira is there for some help with the Tame the Beast. They'll get the kill. And KJ, he is frostbitten, but he's not going to really worry about it with Yuma to his right. Have the Blink Dagger. They do now on Ursa. So they do have 2 initiation tools in Ball Lightning, Vortex, Blink from the Ursa if they want to go that direction. But here's a Snowball up on the high ground to Kiyotaka. Wheel of Wonder. It will at least zone them away from going up those steps, but they're still chasing for more. Panto would love to TP out, realizes that's never going to happen. And now all of a sudden there's a Yules on Amira. So not only is Panto dead, but Mira's caught out, and she doesn't have a TP to work with, so he's dead on his screen already unless he has the jukes of the Millennium inside. But under the tower he'll go, and he'll fall to Yuma. That's 2 more kills for Heroic.
Gold Scepter, they're getting the value. This is the second time they look at the mid lane.
Kiyotaka?
Blink Dagger, Kiyotaka. Not too happy about this one.
Twin Gate to the top lane. 3 heroes here for Aurora. They smoked immediately, but this is not a fight that they'll win. Duels into the air. Wheel of Wonder, Ice Blast comes in. They've got the Cold Feet. That locks up the Kunkka, but Mira, he's in their crosshairs, and they should be able to get this kill first. They look for another one in the Ancient Apparition. Panto, Tidal Wave back, and they will get themselves 2. Kiyotaka just looking to cut the creep wave and get out of there. He'll pick up a Lotus on the way out. This is overall just not a good fight for Aurora. Would love to have gotten something there. Ball Lightning to pick up the Arcane Rune, but now hit with that Torrent, the Avalanche, Kiyotaka, it was not worth it. Toronto Tokyo's in the middle. The Ice Blast's gonna fly through. He'll start to throw those quills. He's got the escape back. Schofield's gonna die here. He'll shatter to the Ice Blast. The Nightfall BKB TP is not enough. Oh, the damage overwhelms him. And that go-to BKB TP is BKB TP die. There was extra steps on that one.
Whisper ready with the X.
Panto, bring around the Rosie, but eventually punched up into the air. He dies, and so does Mira. 4 dead on Aurora. Down 10K, and win probability is pretty close for a team down 10,000 net worth. Avalanche, and some right clicks on a Panto. Ice Blast gets committed. They've got the Wheel of Wonder. They'll lose Panto, but Schofield's the trade. Sunder comes through. Yuma 4-staff back.
Hurst is coming. He does have haste available. No Kiyotaka, though.
Demon Zeal, they think that's enough. No meta. Schofield, 4-man Avalanche. Torrent coming through onto the bristle. They'll still get the kill on a Schofield. The initial initiation looks good, but now can they find Yuma? It's going to be a problem with Analog just linking away. And with no Ice Blast connection, I don't know if they can commit for more on Yuma. He still wants to go. He still doesn't have meta, but he does have Sunder. So he's strong enough and ready enough to stand his ground, finding spots to output that damage.
So they proc Roshan's Roar, and let's see what the play is going to be. Immediately on the high ground.
Nightfall. Wow.
What a bait.
Yeah, they got the Roar and they try to bait him in. He pops his BKB, but he's on the run. Nightfall, this BKB is going to run out soon, and you've not done anything with it. They start to back away from the fight. Nightfall doesn't have a BKB to work with anymore. So Toronto, Tokyo, the escape act is there. The ghost ship flies through, but still, look at where Analog is. He's behind the fight. They find Kiyotaka. They've got the toss. The Ice Blast is there. The Tame the Beast. They're going to freeze him over. They'll get the kill on Yuma. He misplayed. Analog, he was too far away from the fight.
He dodges it.
He's still not hitting these heroes. They get the kill on a Whisper, and now they'll look for Analog. They cannot kill him.
Kiyotaka dodged that assassinate, and he's not done. Schofield, he has no mana. Now he does. Boss, not enough damage. Avalanche in 3 seconds. Needs to run away.
Tame the Beast, cold feet, and a kill. Aurora, it was 10,000 net worth. They changed the tires. They changed the chassis. They were ready. Let's go. Back in.
Pretty much all it took. 5 seconds, they were ready to go. After that
Avalanche toss
happened, Toronto, Tokyo.
He pops that blade mail. They'll have a ghost ship flying in. Ice Blast. It's through. Oh, it's got his shard upgrade, so they're cold feet for a moment.
They're pulling him
the
in.
Wheel of Wonder, and now Yuma's in trouble. Kiyotaka, he's got an Aegis to work with. He does not care. He wants
that Sunder.
He'll Sunder KJ. Is that enough of a turnaround, though? It's not likely. Yuma's now dead. Analog doing what he can. They'll get the kill in a Nightfall. Drinking
Kiyotaka,
buddies. Walrus punch. Kiyotaka's in deep, but they'll get the kill in Analog. They'll look over at KJ, and it's a full team wipe for Aurora.
Heroic. They fell apart. That one fight into Roche, into Tormentor, suddenly 6K gold lead. He's really
still looking.
The limits. Knew exactly where he was going to sit. Schofield. But you know what, Kiyotaka? This guy's a madman. He's going in.
Ice Blast is flying over, and that'll be what gets the kill. And then you just leave Toronto, Tokyo there, because you know he's got a heart. Look at his health. Never. All right. Still full, starting to take some right clicks. Has a lot of health regen. Back to full for a moment. I mean, the guy is just not taking any damage. They'll kill off Analog. They'll look over at Whisper. And still, Toronto, Tokyo just continues to have pretty much the same amount of health the entire time.
Gossamer Cape, so some of those attacks are also missing.
Does he take Ogre Seal Totem just to get away?
He has enough. He has Hurricane Pike and Shard.
Wow.
Kiyotaka, he's ready to go. Parasma, Aghanim Scepter.
Ball lighting all the way in. Kiyotaka goes for Yuma. Ice Blast, nowhere near close. Wheel of Wonder was also committed on that. Nightfall maybe looking for his way in. Paleman Arts hit on a Whisper. Toronto, Tokyo's in. He knows you can't kill him. He will take you on 5v1. Concussive Grenade, it puts Analog in a bad spot. He's dead. Schofield drops. No buyback available for Analog, and Paleman Arts don't land on a Yuma. Oh no. Tendrils are always such a grief.
Don't bring the numbers.
Kroger!
And one more.
Oh no!
This might just be it. Toronto, Tokyo's way too big. He's going in, soaking up all of the damage, and we can see the face of a guy.
Just got a double kill, basically.
This might be the biggest griefer in Dota throughout my 20-year-old history in Dota.
Tidal Wave Some right clicks, still no Silver's Edge.
Another AA ulti coming. He's
He
gonna pull them in.
the
Five of them.
man! Oh my god!
They're ready. What a combo!
Wow! Oh my
What
gosh!
a way to qualify to the playoffs.
That was awesome!
Another day in the office, they're like, okay, Kiyotaka's like, nothing too crazy. Panto's like, well done.
He had that one bad death on the Arcane Rune where he got baited by it. He goes in, then gets used, instantly dispelled and killed off, but the team wasn't nearby to help him. However, overall, he had an amazing performance. He dodged so many spells.